Hello, and welcome to today's evening session. A bit more of soldering. Back to our SixtyClone board. And there's still some stuff to do. So let me just fix all this. Okay. And I guess the camera position should be okay. Let me check the technique. My mobile phone is missing. Upsala. Okay, just a second before we start. Can also switch to this position. And just looking for the YouTube chat. Yes. Okay. So today I have some more bags of stuff we have to solder. For example, those voltage. I think it's a Zener diode. Let's check. Hello, Ole. Welcome to the chat. Yeah, it looks like a diode. You can see this by this marking on one side. And we need two of those. All right. And those are CR5 and CR6. And let's quickly check where they belong. This is 1 and 2. I guess it's more over here in the voltage area. And there they are. 5 and 6. Well, Ole, you are one of my most present visitors. And maybe you remember in the last stream there was some stupid idiot writing crap. And so maybe you can take care of that if it will happen again. Okay, but now let's come back to this diodes. First of all, I have to measure again the distance. So we take this third section again. And bending those diodes. And now we have to take care again of these symbols, because the diodes are polarized. And you see this triangle pointing in one direction and the mark at the end of the triangle, and the ring on the diode is going this mark. So it goes in this direction. And the other one as well. Okay, so let me quickly check my other board that I'm doing this right. Yes. right direction. So we can solder them. First solder for today evening. And again, everything full of cat hair. And in the meantime, I learned something new about soldering. It's cleaning the tip, not now after soldering, but when I start soldering the next thing. Okay, this looks good. So let's cross them off the list. Let's see what's next. CR2. This is the Zener diode, and I ordered only one of them because they are quite expensive. They look kind of fragile, but yeah, it's a glass corpus and so on. Let's see, CR2 was over here. It's the 1N755 Zener diode. It's for 7.5 volts. And that one as well has a marking how to put it in the right direction. So this goes in that direction. And this one I have to fix a bit with WATGH. It's too wobbly. I also improved this Lego frame. It was a bit too wobbly as well, and now I have put on those thingies around so the board does not move so much. Okay. CR2. Next thing would be CR1. It's also Zener diode, and it goes in there, and it's a 4371, and it's rated for 2.7 volts. And I also ordered only one because expensive. This one looks a bit different. Blue. Come on, Cam. But again, it has its markings for the direction. So this one goes in here. Okay, fine. And the next package is not this one, I'm looking for. I guess this one. This the bridge rectifier. I finally was able to get one in the right dimension. So a bridge rectifier is basically for, yeah, like converting AC current in DC current. It has like 4 pins. On 2 of the pins you connect the alternating current, and on the other 2 pins, on the plus and the minus pin, you get the upper or lower half of the AC current wave. And so this one we have to put it in right. It's marked with the minus up there, so it is on the top, but it does fit very well. But let me check it on the old board, just a second. So here's the old board, and you can see it's like the same direction. This notch is pointing to the lower right. And this one, I guess, was rated for 1 ampere. This is for 6 ampere, but that doesn't matter. It's more important that it can be higher, but it can't be lower. It shouldn't be lower. Okay, let me check the diodes. Yes, I put it in the right direction. Oh, this cable is too short. I can't lay anything on the floor. So, yeah, just fix it with a bit glue tack. Because the legs are really heavy, really thick. So let's see if I can get enough heat onto it. Right now I can't reach it. Come on. This is difficult. Can't get it hot enough. And it's not flowing around. Okay, this one is now good. But this one is still ugly like hell. Let's see if we can heat it up again. Oh no. Takes so much heat. Let's try the other one. The other legs first. Same problem over here. Okay, now it's flowing. Okay, but this one over here, I'm not happy with that one. I have to get it flowing again. Okay, now it's good. So I hope I didn't break it. Oh, it's got a hot. And damn, like the other last time, it's not perfectly in there. Damn bridge rectifiers. Ow, ow, ow. Really hot. Ow, ow. Even this stupid BlueTech is getting very, very hot. Okay, now it's a bit, well, not totally flat in there, but it's not so important, I guess. I hope the part is working, because it got really, really hot. Ouch. But let's cross it from the list. CR4, bridge rectifier. So let's grab the next bag. I'm searching for this one and this one. So let's continue with the transistors. Q1, 2, 7, and 8. So we need 4 of them. One, two, three, 4, and I guess I ordered one in spare. So let's see. Q1. This is Q8. Q1 is over here, and Q2 as well. And they are very good marked on the board. There's some round circle-ish line, which corresponds to the layout of this one. So I just have to bend the pins a bit wider. So it will fit in here, like so. And I want to solder it directly in there. So I should move them away. Okay. This is over here. Should be an easy one. Looks good. Q2, I guess. Yes. Let's see, I can get this like the other one from the height and so on. Okay. How should I reach this one? And this one. Okay. Yeah, so that's okay. Both are in there. So we can move on to Q7. Q7, which is somewhere around somewhere. This is Q8. Where is Q7? Oh, LED. Is it in here? There it is. It's in the WATGH area. Okay. and Q8. Over here. Very nice. So, done the transistors, at least the easy ones. Now it's getting a bit complicated. We have this VR2. This is a second one of those, and the... Where did I put the last? Q3. Let's do this one first. This is also a transistor, but it has a slightly different form. As you can see, they look a bit different. So this goes in here, and then it's kind of bent over. And I think I'm first going to bend the legs, at least I try to. How did they do it on the old board? So I guess they just bend it over like this. And then we can put it in here and solder it. So we don't have to screw this on the board. So I can just use the big blob to fix it and then solder it directly. Come on. Let's see the other side. Well, it's okay. Yes. So for the moment, let's cut off some of the legs over here. Wow, the bridge rectifier are so massive. Okay. The transistor legs are so small and thin. Oh. Well, it flew somewhere. Okay. Oh, here 3 left. One, two, three. Okay, now we are clear to go. So next one would be, I guess, this one, VR1. It's a voltage regulator for 12 volts. And as far as I know, that means if there's going more current into it, this one will, yeah, like convert the current above 12 volts into heat. And this one is a 7, oh, let me just quickly cross Q3. And the voltage regulators are on the last page. MC7812CT. 7812CT, yeah, this is the right item. And it goes in there, so I have to bend again. The legs. Okay. Okay, easy. And we also can fix this with big blob of glue. And let's try to get this in. With a lot of solder to flow to the other side. Okay, great. That was easy, VR1. But the next one, VR2, this one is for limiting to 5 volts. And I guessed this is used quite a bit because it's getting very warm usually, and that's the reason why Commodore put this little heatsink in there. So the idea is to screw this whole thing. So I have to bend the legs in the right position, like over here, I would say. So let's see if this fits. Yes, I guess so. And I salvaged this screw from the old board. And I will use fresh. Well, let me just clean this backside a bit with isopropanol and a Q-tip. So we have no residue from my fingers or whatever dirt on this side, because it's important that the heat get transferred perfectly onto this one. And somewhere I have thermal compound, and I will use just a little bit onto here, because normally I want to use a little bit and it's way too much. And I guess I have already way too much. But yeah, sometimes in German we say viel hilft viel. So this goes away. And I would like to first screw this before soldering it. So let's see, screwdriver. And now I have to turn it around somehow to get the screw on. Which is the good side? I think this one. Come on. Oh, I can't see anything. Okay, now. Problem with that screw is it's not. I have to like. Oh no, I banged into the cam. I fixed this. Just a second. Because I have to hold the screw on the backside with the Zange. What's the English word for Zange? I don't know. Okay. So that one should now be in there. Let me fix the cam. I guess it was something like this. And yes, let me now solder. Let me now solder it. No, I scratched the board a bit. Shame on me. Okay, but this should work. Yeah, it's perfectly aligned there and hold in place. Sometimes you just need more hands. Okay, this is tight enough. Yes, now it's good. Okay, let's move on. This was VR whatever 2. The cat over there is dreaming, I guess. Okay, VR1, VR2. Let's put away the isopropanol before it falls over and pours onto my computer. Next bag. There is no next bag there, but on the ground. Let's see, we have this connector thingy. And this is a different model than I used the last time. So let's see. Oh, last time it was a bit of a hassle to remove pin 2. But this is a combined for the keyboard connector. Oh, it's out of the picture, I guess. For the keyboard connector here, that's 20 pins. So I will break this thing here. Oh, wait a second. Just to have it right. Here. This is easy. And now I just have to remove pin 2. But the cat wants to go out of the room. Just a second. Oh. You all know humans are servants of cats. And if the cat wants to do something, the human has to do it. Okay, so last time I just heated up the pin and I was able to move it out because it's just plastic. But again, I would need a third hand to do this. So let's try. Maybe I can hold it somehow like this. And then I'm going to apply heat. And just hope that the plastic melts like this. Well, that was going well. So I guess this one is hot. Let's move it to the side. Yes. Very nice. So now we can solder that one in. And we have a keyboard connector. So let me just quickly fix it. because this must be tied to the board. And I'm not going to start to solder where the WATGH is. So I move over here, for example. And maybe over here. And maybe over here. And maybe one over here. So now I can remove the WATGH and do not melt it. Okay. Looks perfect. Now we can solder the remaining pins. Let's go to this cam. Maybe you can see something, but the cam is so bad. Too much solder. Most of this keyboard traces are going to the CIA chip one, which is responsible of decoding the keyboard matrix. So they are going in here. But this is now done. And we have 8 pins left, and I need another 3. And those 3 are, oh, let me switch back, are for the power LED connector. So let's try to get this one in here. Okay, that was easy. So we are done with the connectors. So I have 5 pins left because the smallest amount was 28 in a row. Okay, let's grab something more out of the bag. No, let's do the power switch, and those are really hard to get. Of course, you could order one with the board, because the shop selling the board is also selling perfectly fitting power switches. I got this one from Mauser and one before from DigiKey, are both the same, but they came with an like metallic thingy like so, and then they don't match perfectly on the board because there's a distance between this flat area and from this metal thingy. So I used my Dremel to remove it, and now it will fit much better in here. Maybe you can see this now. It's getting flat onto the board, and yeah, I just have to, there's a little bit of space left which can't be removed, but this should work. So let me fix it a bit. Like this and this. Yeah, and now let's try to solder it, which requires also a lot of heat over here. So let me start with one of the other pins. Okay. Oh, it needs a lot of solder. Now it's difficult to reach that one. And that one. Okay, now I guess the ground pins. Which requires also a lot of heat. Yes, so. I won't touch this right now because it's probably hot like shit. The WATGH is hot. But we have a working power switch. And it looks very good on the other side. Great. Let me check off some stuff from the list. We installed the power switch. And we installed the CN10, the power LED connector, and CN1, the keyboard connector. Now let's see what else we have. We have the fuse we don't need yet, so we have those L thingies, which are, what's the English term? Some kind of coil, I guess. It's Drosselspule in German. A fixed inductivity. What's Spule? Coil, all right? No, whatever. Let's go on. L2. It's a choke, yes. 2.2 microhenry. And we have to use one of those. I guess I ordered 10 because it's cheaper. And let's search for L2. Found it already, it's down here. So let's bend them. And they are built up like a resistor. They even have those color rings. But they have no polarity. So 2.2, well, if it's the same like on resistor, the color code, I don't think so. Red. Well, let's put it in this direction. That should not harm anyone. Okay, done. L2, L5, 1.2 microhenry. And I ordered only 2. I guess they were more expensive. Let's see, where is L5? Over here. So let's put it in this direction. And solder it. Okay, L5. Now we have this L4 thingy, which is a big part, 0.01 microhenry, millihenry, so it's this big thingy, D10012, I don't know, it has pins. So I guess 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Let me check this part on the old board. It's below this cap, I think. Can it be removed? No. So yes, but whatever. It's not possible to put it in a wrong direction because of the pin layout. So we will go for this one, I guess. Or maybe this direction. No, I don't know. Let's use this direction. Let me try to fix it. Over here. Okay. Zange is a plier. Okay, thank you, Razor. Plier. Boy, I think I never used that term ever. Interesting. Okay, this one is in there. Let's cross some stuff off the list. L2, L4, L5. Let's grab some more. We have this one. Y1. It's the quartz. The oscillating quartz with 17.734472 megahertz. I found documentation with 7.2 or 7.5 megahertz at the end. So I guess it's not so bad if it's off a little bit, because I guess with this resistor, variable resistor, we will be able to fine-tune that. So they don't have a polarity, but they should be connected to ground somehow, and this is difficult again, because I have to get some kind of solder blob somehow, but let's first start to get it on the board at all. I'm not sure if it has to be connected to ground, but in every board I saw it is. So I guess it must have some reason. I could also try to let solder flow into this middle hole, which is definitely ground, but I don't like that so very much. But I also don't like to try to heat this whole thing up. It did not work very well on the other SixtyClone board. You can see it right there. It looked very ugly. And I really like to do this better this time. Let me quickly check my mobile phone. Okay. So how to proceed with this one? I guess I do this solder one. I'm going to try this. Just a lot of solder, and I hope it flew down. But we can quickly check this by testing continuity. So if everything is working, I should get a beep beep from the, but I don't get. No, that did not work. No. More solder, more heat. I don't know. I can't use more solder because it's already like a big blob. I would really like the solder to just flow in there. But I guess this will not work. No. No contact there. So I have to try to get it there somehow. This will not work because this needs so much heat. It just flows there, does not connect to the it's so ugly. It's so ugly. But now I should got a connection. Yes, it must with this fat ugly blob of solder. Okay. Now we have, it's hot. We have frequency. And we can move on. What else do we have? Oh, this joystick connectors and the fuse clips. So let's start with the fuse clips. I ordered 4, but I need 2. And here you also have to take care of, because on the one side they have some kind of metal thingy part which holds the fuse in place, and if you solder it in the wrong direction you cannot put the fuse in. So take care of the direction of your fuse clip. This is not good. If I put the blue tack there, it will mess up everything. So let's try to get it from the side, like so. That was the other one, that's fine. Oh, they also need a lot of solder. Just a gigantic, huge. Wow, it's getting hot. Okay. I guess the blue check is now completely hot. Oh, but it's okay. Oh, oh. How can something like this getting so hot? Can't the fuse be soldered? Yes, it can, but the fuse clip can't. It's not important if I put the fuse like this or rotate it in 180 degrees. But if I do not solder the fuse clips in the right direction, the fuse won't fit physically in the clips. That's the only reason. That's the only issue with those clips. Okay. But I won't install the fuse right now, because that's one of the last things I will put on the board. Okay, fuse clips done. Now let's move on to the joystick port connectors. And they are also quite expensive. And there are kind of two models available. This one has those metallic clamps, and the other one don't have those clamps, and you have to screw them on the board. Well, I already ordered them. Thinking about it, next time I would use the one with the screws, because now playing a bit with the other SixtyClone board, and if you plug in the joystick and in and out and in and out, it's a bit wobbly, I would say. So so the whole pressure or force you apply when plugging in the joystick is kind of only held by the soldered pins, and not really by this metal thingy. But now it's too late, and now I'm going with those ones again. And I don't have screws. I think you can remove the metal thingy and just screw them. But yeah, it's too late. So I will just go as it is. So I will use a lot of solder to have them really hold on the board. And this joint does not crack or something else because of too less solder used. So I really want to flow it through the hole onto the other side. Okay, let's see. Let's see if we can see anything. Well, we can see a bit. And from what I can see, it looks good. So yeah, it is like it is. Okay. This will hold. Fantastic. Where's my pen? Those were the CN8, CN9 joystick connector. And we installed the crystal and the fuse clips. So I guess there are some connectors left and I have them already prepared. We have the serial connector, the audio video connector and the power connector. They all have different amounts of pins. For example, this one is the 7-pin power connector. And as you can maybe see, I had to bend those two pins a bit, because if you leave them straight down, they won't fit into the board. And that's not good. So I just take care of bending them a bit. And then they fit perfectly. And you can still solder them. It's not very much. Oh, there. I have to use the WATGH in some other way. Let me try to get it somehow connected from the outside. I'm still not happy about this. Maybe I can WATGH between the pins. Yeah, just to hold it for a second in there. Oh, this will terribly eat up the glue tack. But that's the only possibility I have right now. So it's hot, hot, hot. But it's working. And I guess now I can solder the remaining pins in there, yes. Also very big solder pads. I guess this is ground because it needs so much heat. And the last one for the power connector. Yes, this one is also hot. Yes. But it's... Yes, yes, that's holding for its lifetime. Let me just remove those legs. And over here, the crystal and that choke coil. And yeah, what was that? I think a voltage regulator. Let's shorten it a bit. But I don't like to shorten those power connector. They're very long, but maybe that's not a problem later. But let me shorten this one. Oh, fell down. Okay. Okay, next connector would be the 8-pin audio. Whoa. No, I banged into the cam thing. It's the audio and video connector. And there you have also to take care a lot, because they are pin 7 and 8, I guess, are in a 262-degree angle, and the normal DIN connector is like 270-degree, I guess. So that means that those two pins here are on the same, well, horizontal distance like the pins below, and not a bit to the inside. If you get the wrong one, you won't be able to plug in your audio and video cable. So take care. And I ordered those ones from AliExpress. because there was the only shop I can find those 262-degree angled DIN connector. So at least I'm happy I found them at all. Also take care that you solder them in properly, because they have to take a lot of stress maybe in their lifetime, plugging cables in and out. It's also always putting pressure on the pins, on the solder joints. Oh, this one is ground. Needs more heat. Come on. Flow over. Board is sucking up the heat everywhere. Yes. Hot, hot. Okay, audio video. And the last one is the serial port, where you can plug in your floppy drive, for example. It's a very simple connector. It's still hot. Okay. Oh, I bumped into it. Can move them a bit around. Good evening, Mr. Sebastian. Welcome to the lurk. I guess I will not be online very long, because I'm running out of parts to solder. Because the cartridge port connector is still missing. I'm waiting for the delivery from the States. Okay, it would not be so important to have this connector to power up the computer the first time. But I'm also missing a logic chip. And without that logic chip, the computer won't work. So I have to wait until those parts arrive. But I also have to solder the RF modulator replacement. And I built a fancy... Where did I put it? It's away. I built a fancy Lego device to hold it for soldering. But I guess I will do this in the next stream. So let's see. Oh, hot. Ow. Okay, let's cross off from the list. Serial, audio, video on the power connector. Yeah, everything soldered in, except of the cartridge port connector and the modulator replacement. And I can already prepare. Let me check that. I ordered a pack of connector thingies, and I want to have something like this on the board, so I can plug in the RF modulator like this. Okay, but those ones are not for breaking easily, I guess. Damn it, how should I cut those ones without destroying them? Maybe a job for the Dremel. But I also maybe have some left from the previous build. Let me check my box. This cable is just too short. Let's see. This one. This is the RF modulator stuff. And maybe there are some connectors left over. But I don't know if they're in this box or somewhere else. Resistors, capacitors, diodes. What this? Transistor, socket. Maybe. No, this is the POTI. Here we have. Let's see what we have in here. I guess that could be exactly 2, 4. Yes. So I can maybe solder them already in there. And then later that should fit. Yes. Okay, let's go for them. Then I used up my parts. And I have a lot of my connectors left over here. Let's see if they fit better into those ones. Yeah, they have some longer legs, so we use those ones. And I just put these ones back in the back and back in the drawer and back in the compartment. All right. So, but I don't have to put this very far away because that's for the next RF modulator build. Maybe tomorrow, let's see. Until then, I put them over there, and we can just solder those ones in. Yeah. Because on the last board I did it kind of in the wrong direction. No, I didn't. I want to... I want to put those ones on the board. So I can use that one on the modulator and plug it in. Okay, let's do this. So, second to last solder job for today, I guess. Oh, and of course in the next stream I guess I have to desolder stuff from the old board. This is also very funny not. Okay, great. This one is good. And the last one. And the last one. Okay. So I guess that's all for today. A nearly completed C64 250-407 revision board. Looking around, I can't see anything we missed. All the parts are on there. Yes. So we have to populate the ICs, of course. Yeah. I never used those precision sockets before, so I'm very interested how well they worked, especially for desoldered ICs, which might have some residue left on their pins. Well, looks good, looks good. I'm happy. It's configured for PAL and not for NTSC. Okay, guys, I guess that's all for today. So, as usual, thank you for watching and stay tuned for the next and maybe final episode when the device gets the first time powered on, and either it will work or it will not work. We will see. So have a nice evening and see you the next time. Bye bye.